And here, right before him, stands these 10 brothers who caused him 13 years of pain and suffering. Before him stands the people who wounded him. And we know a wound is more than a cut. A wound goes so deep that it breaks through and penetrates the soul and the heart of a person. We also know that wounded people tend to wound other people around them. When you have been hurt, your natural instinct is to hurt back. And here stands the wounders in front of Joseph, and Joseph is boss. He is in control. Joseph had the authority. He could have them executed on the spot, and no one would have questioned his handling. Remember, there were no judges in Egypt. The high officials, like Joseph, they could make their own decisions. Or Joseph, who is holding the keys to the world's food supply, would have refused to give them food and watched them die slowly, just like they wanted him to die in the pit. Or he could say, give them food and don't you ever come back again. And knowing that the famine would be going on for another 7 years, and they could die slowly in Canaan out of his sight. Or he could accuse them falsely and throw them into prison and make them slaves for at least 13 years so they would know what it's like to be separated from their family and to lose everything and to be forgotten and to realize what it's like when your family doesn't even come to look for you. They don't even care. You may think this is all exaggerated, but isn't this the way we often treat people who have hurt us? Especially when we have a little bit of authority over them. Joseph was not abandoned by strangers. He was betrayed by his family, by his own flesh and blood. He was betrayed by his own messed up family. And he had a choice to make. He could pay them back more than what they had done to him and deserved, or he could forgive and love them like they had never hurt him. It has been said that the depth of your hurt determines the width of your response in every situation. And no matter how hurt you feel, you always have a choice of how to respond. Nothing can ruin our relationship to God and our ministry for Him like when someone has hurt us. It can paralyze us for years. The problem is most of us are good at keeping score when it comes to people who've hurt us. It's amazing how our minds want to dwell in the pain and the hurt of the past. This choice to make with your wounded standing right in front of you becomes more complicated when your mind and your emotions get into a fight and both of them are right. What do I mean by that? I mean when your mind, your emotions say, I'm hurt, I don't want to forgive. And your mind says, you have to forgive. Your mind and emotions get in a fight, and both of them are right. Queen Elizabeth said, it has always been easy to hate and to destroy than to build and to cherish is much more difficult. We have conflicts because we are imperfect people trying to live together with other imperfect people. We all experience some level of frustration and pain caused by others because we are sinners living with sinners. That's what we are. None of us is immune to being hurt in our family, also in our mission family. All of us experience moments of joy and moments of deep sorrow. We do not like what happened to us. It hurts, it breaks our hearts. Sometimes the best in us can only be brought out by the worst done to us. And usually it will be done to you by people whom you have loved, trusted, and helped the most. God does not intend for the painful experience in your life to destroy you. Maybe as you are listening right now, you are putting a face to your pain. Joseph put a face to his pain. The 10 faces were standing right in front of him. He had a choice to make. And you know, at that moment, his mind and emotions were having a big fight, and both of them were right.